What's up guys, welcome back to another video on Infinite Percent Content. Today we're going to be doing something a little different again. We are going to be doing a ranking video on some movies, and these movies are Star Wars. But I have just the theatrical release movies right here listed, and I'm going to tell them to you in my order from least best to the best. So let's start off with the first pick. Let's start off with my least favorite, which is Attack of the Clones. There's not much to say about this. It's just the dialogue's bad. I hate saying it. The love story, the action's not that good. The lightsaber battle in the end is underwhelming, and it was cool to see Yoda do the first thing, but yeah, it's definitely the worst Star Wars movie. So let's just continue and stop talking about this, please. Next one is Phantom Menace. The only reason this is above Attack of the Clones is because of the Darth Maul and the Darth Maul fight at the end. That is amazing. And I do like some of the stuff with Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, but Jar Jar Binks, it just didn't work. George Lucas, I'm sorry. Pod racing scene. The next one, which is the 9th one, is Revenge of the Sith. I like these ones a lot, actually a decent amount better than the other two. The dialogue's still bad, but all the lightsaber battles are really cool, and I think there's some good emotion between the Anakin and Obi-Wan stuff. So, like the ending, the Order 66, very dramatic and sad. So, General Grievous was pretty cool, and the movie overall was decent if you do not include the bad CGI and dialogue. But yes, next one is number 8, and now we're getting to the territory where most of these are pretty good, and that is number 8 is Solo. This movie, it's well made, it's all that, well acted, all that, but it's just so forgettable. And I watched it once, and then I tried to rewatch it again, and I just couldn't get through it for some reason. It's just this just feels like a cash grab, and like we didn't need to get this movie. This movie did not have to be made, and it relies so much on this stuff with how did Han get his blaster and stuff. That is just it. I just don't have fun watching it. And the ending, it's underwhelming. The Darth Maul returning is kind of interesting, but apart from that, there's not much to say about it. But Donald Glover has a pretty good performance of Lando. I do like him. Next one, at number 7, is The Rise of Skywalker. This movie, when I first watched it, I was so disappointed. It was very bad. I did not like it at all. But just for watching it for good entertainment, it was really, I had a good time watching it. Apart from the ending, everything else, it was so fast paced. It has some really cool moments in different fights and everything. It's really cool. Lightsaber battle that they have when they're in 2 different locations, that is quite cool. And there is also, I like everything on that Star Destroyer when they're running around, they're shooting the stormtroopers. It's just really cool Star Wars stuff. The ending, terrible. That's the worst part about it. But apart from that, I thought it was a fun Star Wars movie, but very poorly written. It feels like a first draft of a movie. There's so many plot holes and different things. It wasn't a good ending, and they shouldn't have the Emperor at all. They should not have had it at all. They should not have done that. But yes, that's what I have to say about that one. So the next one is number 6, which is, I think, Rogue One. Rogue One, I think, was a very good, decent Star Wars movie because it had some of the elements from the original. It had the spaceships. They all looked like the original. It was classic. The ending is amazing. Darth Vader scene, awesome. But then all the stuff on Scarif is amazing. I love that. There's a lot of characters, and they all die at the end, so it's a little like, what? I understand why, but there was not enough fleshing them out, in my opinion, because there's so many. And yes, next one, number 5 is Force Awakens. This is a very solid movie, and if New Hope didn't exist, this would have been one of my favorite Star Wars movies. But New Hope does exist, and this movie this movie takes a lot from that movie, and it feels like a remake. That's the one thing the one thing that I take away from it. I like the new stuff they added, the stuff like with the stormtroopers and Kylo Ren being Han Solo's father and stuff. All that was great, and Luke Skywalker at the end. All that was great. I just don't enjoy like having the same, it feels like a remake, and it's just starting with the same planet and the new Death Star thing. Next one, number 4, I have The Last Jedi. I know a lot of people do not like The Last Jedi, and I totally understand why you guys don't like it. For me, it doesn't bother me as much. The stuff with Luke, I understand if you guys were expecting something different, but I liked personally how they handled Luke in this movie. It was kind of the same way that the same stuff that happened to Yoda and Obi-Wan when they like failed and they like go away. It's the same thing for me that I found, and I like how he impersonates just the legend at the end, and he impersonates what everyone else thinks of him at the end. And that whole end scene I think was very cool, even though it wasn't part of the Force powers before, but I thought it was very cool. And I love all the stuff with Rey and Kylo Ren. I like for the most parts how they subvert expectations for the most part. I think the beginning throwing the lightsaber was a little too much, but I liked pretty much everything else. The only big criticism I have with the movie is that I do not like the Finn and Rose storyline. It halts the movie, and I love Princess Leia in this movie. Poe has a good arc, which I really liked. And next pick for number 3, I have The New Hope. The New Hope is an amazing movie. It started everything else off. It has amazing visual effects. I love the storytelling. I just love all of it. The space battles. It's so perfectly paced, and I love the first scene is amazing. Just pure. It's some of the best stuff in Star Wars. Some of the stuff is dated, but it's okay. Alright, number 2, I have Return of the Jedi. Some people do not enjoy the Ewoks. I find them pretty okay. It would have been cooler if they were like Chewbacca's, a bunch of Chewbacca's running around. That would have been cooler, I think. But that's my only criticism with it, because everything else in this movie is amazing. I love the build up in the beginning with the same, like each character meeting in, and it's just amazing. I love the ending is so good. The stuff with Darth Vader and Luke, the conflict they have, it's so good, and their lightsaber battle is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And I just love at the end it's going from the space battle to the battle on Endor to the battle Luke and Darth Vader's having, and it's interconnected. You see all of that, and it just feels like the ending. It feels amazing, and I love the movie. It's a great ending to Star Wars. Number 1, I have Empire Strikes Back. I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with me on this one. Empire Strikes Back is one of the best movies ever, and it's just perfectly paced. I don't know what to say about it that no one else has said. It's just so cool with the Hoth, all that Hoth stuff in the beginning with the snow battles it's just so cool, the snow creatures, it's so cool. And then going into this very character-based journey with Luke, and just Yoda's amazing in this movie. Yoda's one of the best characters ever. It's very serious at times, but also very funny at times. Lando's amazing in this movie, and it's perfect. I'd say it's perfect. And yes, that completes my list of all of the Star Wars movies ranked, in my opinion, from worst to best. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Let me know if you guys like these movie videos too. Alright guys, peace.